America's greetings, horror sci-fi and Denis Villeneuve fans. Drew here from Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond, and we got another episode for you guys. That of Arrival, starring Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forrest Whitaker. Um, Two people that were in Marvel movies and really boring Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
been so good in so many other things. That's
well,
what
it's
you
not.
call.
Well,
So utterly forgettable in
yeah,
that
it's
role.
not it's not Amy Adams' fault that she's born in those movies. It's
No, it's a terribly written character. Yeah.
Doing the best she can with what she's got. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
and then I watched this movie and I'm like, yeah, she could have been a very good
Oh, she rules.
but yeah.
I
She got
love Amy
snubbed.
Adams.
She got snubbed. Yeah, she's great in this movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
They
think
even announced her. Like there was a big to do, like when the Oscars happened that year, is like they accidentally announced her name, but she wasn't nominated. Like on the announcements that morning.
Oh,
Like of the
really?
top five actresses. You heard about this?
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
like her
remember
name popped
this.
up and it was like a
oh my God,
typo or
they
something
fucked it
like
up
that.
all
Yeah.
they really fucked
Pretty
it
sure
up
this happened.
that year because this was the same year that Warren Beatty accidentally read La La Land instead of Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, that would have been. It wouldn't have been the same Oscars, but it would have been the same calendar year. Yes. No, wait.
Because they
Yeah.
announced
No, because Arrival is 2016 and La La Land was
When did Moonlight?
2015.
no, they're both 2016.
La La Land was 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so she wasn't even nominated, Amy Adams?
I guess not.
No, not for this movie. She's
What
been
the
nominated
fuck?
many times over
She's
her
been
course of the
nominated.
year.
Yeah,
But yeah,
she's been nominated for other stuff. She got nominated
yeah.
for like one of her first movies, like
Junebug.
Junebug. Yeah.
She's really good in that. Yeah.
Okay.
The movie itself is okay. It's like kind of
I
indie,
say that's
whatever,
one
but
of her.
she's great
That's
in it.
not really one of her first movies. She had been bouncing around for a while,
Sure.
but that was like
Yeah.
one of her first
It's sort of what
bigger
like
parts.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's what got her like Talladega Nights and all that. It's like kind of what like made her like more
Which
mainstream.
I think she is the secret weapon of Talladega Nights.
So
Yeah.
good. Her
'Cause-
speech in Applebee's she gives,
Yeah,
love it.
like she does nothing for that whole movie, and then she gets that one scene to cook,
Woo!
and it is
So good.
so
And then
amazing.
they start making out on the table, and then Will Ferrell was
Yes.
like, "You better start closing your eyes. You're gonna
So
get
good.
crazy here. We're gonna make animal
Oh,
noises."
that is my
Mhm.
favorite part of that movie.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean the dinner scene.
That movie's hilarious anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they're praying over the KFC and
Oh my gosh.
Bell. Here, baby.
Anyway, we're already way off track, but I guess we're talking about Amy Adams, so.
We're
Yeah.
kind of on track. It's mostly there. Mostly.
But anyways, guys, with me as always is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eric White. I think
Hey,
at this
everybody.
point Eric just accepted that he's the man, the myth, the legend, because he hasn't made any comments about it.
I'm not going to dispute it, but all at the same time, I don't think it's quite apt. But you
I know. I
whatever.
can't think of a better nickname for you.
It's okay.
Well, technically, that's not even your first name. That's your middle name.
My
First name is-
well, it's better than the nickname I had in like elementary school, which was Eric Generic. So thanks for not calling me
Eric
Generic.
Generic?
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of fantastic.
Kind of had to own it after a while. Just
I mean,
bland.
that-
I was
like,
just bland
that's-
as flour.
That's pretty creative. I love kid insults like that.
So insulting.
Yeah. At least it's better than the insults at the end of chapter 2.
What's the insult in the end of it?
No,
chapter
because
two?
basically the conclusion is how they felt defeat Pennywise is it's insult.
They just call him a clown
Oh,
over and over again.
Yeah, they just call him Booty Head.
Yeah.
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 That movie works up until its last like little bit, and then it's kind of like,
Yeah.
well,
Don't get me started on it.
Oh God. Okay.
I could go all night about it. So
But anyways, and for our second co-host, we got the singing wizard himself, Jackson Harbor. What's up, man?
howdy, y'all.
You ready to talk about Arrival?
Sure.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So the plot
Yeah.
summary for Arrival, according to the Internet Movie Database, is linguist Louise Banks leads a team of investigators when dynamic with a huge spaceship touchdown around the world. As nations tether on the verge of global war, Banks and her crew must find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrial visitors.
There are days that define your story beyond your life. Like the day they arrived.
Signs of what might be called first contact. The objects measure at least.
I'm Colonel G.T. Weber from Army Intelligence. Pack your bags. You're at the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations. Priority 1. What do they want? Where are they from? You'll be reporting to me, but you'll be working with him when you're in the show.
That's what they call it, the UFO.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
So what do they look like?
You'll see soon enough.
Every 18 hours, a door opens up. That's where we go in.
It's time. Yeah, that just happened.
What happens now?
They arrive.
They need to see me.
Dr. Banks? Are you insane?
Now that's a proper introduction.
All right, so let's go around the room and talk about our quick thoughts about this movie. And I'll start with you, Jackson. What is your quick thoughts?
Well, I saw it in the theater when it came out.
Okay, cool.
It was an interesting viewing experience. I went with this girl that I didn't know very well, and she was very pretty, but nothing ever really happened with that. Anyway, I loved it when it came out, but you know what? I had not watched it again until today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though
Same.
it loomed large in my head for the whole 10 years since.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think of it fondly, but I'd never rewatched it, especially knowing where the movie goes. I'd never rewatched it knowing the full picture. So that was pretty interesting. And I love that this movie, it's such a languidly paced movie.
Mm-hmm.
You could say it was boring, but it's never boring. It's always
Yeah.
fascinating what's going on. So I think this movie it's probably my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie by a pretty decent margin. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably go with Prisoners is my favorite out of the ones I've seen.
I like that one too, but yeah.
Prisoners is good. I like a lot of his earlier stuff, like the stuff before he started making Dune movies, and that's all he made.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can't
don't
get
really
into
care about
Dune.
Dune 3.
I don't either.
I'm sure
We're
it'll
bad.
be fine.
We're bad nerds here.
Yeah.
We're such bad nerds. We're not
Beautiful
into Dune
looking
at all.
movies, do not get me wrong, but they're kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
Eric?
Blade Runner. That's a weird one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing the new Bond movie, so that's cool.
If they
That's
ever
good.
make another Bond movie.
Yeah. That'll probably be the closest thing we get to a Nolan doing Bond. Because I know Nolan wants to do Bond. It's the matter of, does Barbara Broccoli want Nolan to do Bond? Because I know she's real strict on that.
It's funny that you bring up Nolan, because when I was watching Arrival today, I was like, man, this is a lot like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If Christopher Nolan made a movie about a woman, it would be this movie.
Yeah, but the female role would be severely underwritten, like a lot of his female roles.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, if the woman was the main character, I don't think he'd underwrite it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric? What is your quick thoughts about this film?
I remember when it came out, for some reason, I did not see it in theaters. I had seen Villeneuve's movies before this, so I knew his name as a brand sort of before the movie came out, because I had seen Sicario, and
right.
There was one, I think it's called Incendies. It was one of his last French language films.
See, I've never
which
seen
is
that
good,
one.
and it also hinges on it's good. There's a twist that almost makes it and almost ruins it at the same time. I don't know. It's a weird movie. But very well shot, very intense. So I knew about this movie going into it, and I love this movie up until a certain point, and then it doesn't work for me. Like,
Really
Interesting.
interesting.
but the first like hour and 45 minutes, wonderful.
Mm.
No notes, perfect. It's great. And then we'll get into it, but there's something
Okay.
that I'm just like, it's just so close to being perfect. And then it's just like, oh,
Right.
shrug.
Interesting. I
So
wonder if
we'll
it's
have,
what I'm thinking
maybe
of.
so. Maybe so.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, interesting. My quick thoughts about this movie is I really enjoyed this movie. I believe this might have been my first Denis Villeneuve movie that I've seen.
Nice. Is this your first time watching it?
And this is my second time watching it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then the only other ones I've seen were It's Prisoners and the first Dune and then Enemy are the only other Villeneuve movies.
Oh, you saw Enemy?
I've
Yeah.
seen
What
Enemy.
What'd you think of Enemy? That's such a weird one.
Um,
Yeah.
I like the concepts in the movie once I knew what the hell it was about. It's one of those
Uh-huh.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, that spider scene is one of the greatest
That
jump
Oh my
ending,
scares.
God. So scary.
the most insane ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like one
Just
of
a
the
push
most.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
one of those what the fuck endings, but once you
Yeah.
realize what it means.
Sure.
Yeah, and then he does it again here when it like flashes back
The
to like
heptapods.
He
yeah
does. Yeah, he does it.
Yeah.
I thought of that too. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not as
Which
scary.
apparently that was just a real scene. I read about it earlier because I was reading about that scene. Apparently that was just a scene in the movie that they cut out because it went on for too long. And then but it had a piece of like information in there that they needed where they talked about like I forget the theory they talk about, but basically it's where like a language can influence how you think. And
Mm.
so like we
Yeah.
can't cut it out. Like the whole thing kind of hinges on it. So then they just like chopped it up just to get the best beats. And they're
Mhm.
like, it's weird. It kind of feels like a dream. So they just made it a dream. And it works.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but yeah, it's not as impactful at the one enemy. Like, 'cause
Sure.
it's like whoa, what the fuck?
Right. There's nothing that's been leading you up to that, like that
Right.
scale. I mean, there is that big spider over the city, I guess, in Enemy. And there's like the other little hints to it, but
Mhm.
yeah. So scary.
That's the
Oof.
thing about it is it's like I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something interesting. Oh, no. I knew the ending had to do with something with the spider. I didn't know it was to this
Mm.
scale.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's no way to prepare
There's-
yourself.
there really isn't.
yeah. It's one of these scary. It's one of the best jump scares ever.
Oh my God. And there's like no music or anything. It's just the
No.
sound, just sound design, which the sound design in this movie is spectacular as well. Like
Mm.
the sound design in this movie is
Was this funny? Could you notice that the
choice.
spider moves in that movie? It's probably more scared of Gyllenhaal. Like it's
Oh
in the
yeah.
back position.
It's like
Yeah.
cowering. It's cowering in the
Mhm.
corner. It's his
Good.
wife, ultimately. You know what I mean? It's
Cause it's this whole idea about power and all that
Mhm.
stuff. But we're not gonna get into it because we're gonna talk about Arrival. Um. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It's sort of our generation Close Encounters, which I'm a huge fan of that movie. That is in my top three favorite Spielbergs.
hmm
Um, you guys already know Jurassic Park and Fableman's number one, and then Last Crusade number two, and then Close Encounters. So I just like this whole idea because it's so interesting with alien movies because you can go two approaches with it. You can go scary aliens where they just want to kill us,
Uh-huh.
or you can go friendly aliens, and I kind of like both, honestly.
Yeah, same. I
Yeah.
think you got to have a balance. And what I like about this movie is you've got friendly aliens that look like scary aliens.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I like about the whole friendly alien thing in almost every single friendly alien movie, E.T.'s like this movie's like this. So many of these movies are like this, where like it's scary in the beginning. You just don't know.
Right.
It's still scary. I think it's still scary. Like the heptapods are still terrifying by the end of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I would never get used to that.
Yeah.
To
They're so
walking into that
imposing.
room
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
but
seeing those
E.T. Yeah,
things.
E.T.
Yeah.
You love to hang out with and smoke a
ET's
pot.
like
Sure. Yeah.
he's cute. Yeah.
Got
He
big
like dresses up.
eyes.
Yeah. So I know we're not talking about E.T., but there's that part when E.T. gets drunk, and I'm just missing marijuana. Do you think E.T. would be a pothead eventually if he stayed a little bit longer here on Earth?
I
Maybe
mean,
pills. Maybe he just got into coke, like a really bad coke habit.
I mean, he is a botanist, so
Yeah, he's in
yeah,
plants.
Yeah,
yep. So
he'd be
I
a
could
pot.
see, yeah,
Yeah. He'd be a huge pothead, and then he'd be a huge deadhead. He's being the Grateful Dead.
just riding around in a
Ran a
van,
van. Yep. Tie dye.
following the dead all over the country.
But yeah, I just think it's so interesting because like yeah, you take this movie, you take E.T. and you take some of these other friendly alien movies where like we befriend aliens and they're here to help us or they're
Mm-hmm.
not here to hurt us necessarily.
Right.
You cut the beginning a certain way, it could be a fucking horror movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
especially E.T. Like there's some scary stuff in there. Like at the
All that
beginning.
stuff in the shed. Yeah, terrifying. Scared the
Yeah.
mess out of me
Yeah.
as a kid.
So, but what I like about this movie is I like how it's a different approach to that kind of close encounters. We're communicating with aliens in a
Mm-hmm.
special way. It's even different um, from this year's Project Hail Mary,
Yeah.
Right.
where like there's no sound to the communication. It's just these symbols, and I think it's so interesting that we get a linguist here
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
that has to break the code. Like she's so smart, and I think it's interesting that see the linguist, and this comes up later in the movie where she she's familiar with the way people communicate and in the study of language, but she's a very isolated kind of person. Like she's very socially awkward.
Hmm.
Mm.
Um, I really like that um about the movie. Um, And Dr. Ian, who is Jeremy Renner's character, tells Bane, I watched you steer us around those communication traps that I didn't even know existed. I guess that's
Right.
why I'm single. And then Dr. Banks responds, trust me, you can understand communication and still end up single.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, which is really still a lot about her character because he knows a
Oh,
lot of
sure.
communication, but like I said, she's very socially awkward.
And it's
Yeah.
just those little Easter eggs to sort of like pay off what it's setting up, which they've been setting up the entire movie. You know what I mean? Like just little
Hmm.
things here and there that's like, oh, she's not with a person. Oh, this maybe didn't happen in the present. Maybe we are messing with time a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nice.
and that's the thing. That's the thing about this movie. This could have easily been a Close Encounter ripoff. But
Oh, sure.
that's the fact that you got a linguist here as the main
Yeah.
character. I don't think there
Yeah.
was even a linguist in Close Encounters. Were there? Was there? I can't remember.
I
No,
forget
because
what
I don't remember much about like I
who
know
what
you sort of follow like the government people a little bit in that
mm-hmm.
movie, but I don't remember that as much when
Yeah,
I think of that
they're trying
movie.
to figure out the sound that they're making.
Right.
The boom 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 boom. They're trying to figure that out, but I don't know if
Yeah.
those people
I
are
mean,
like.
what is it's Truffaut, right? Like what is
Yeah,
or
it's
is it
Francois Truffaut who plays the
Truffaut? But
guy.
what is he what is his job? Is he just like alien guy?
I
Just like the
guess.
aliens?
I don't really
They
know.
never really set him up, yeah.
But yeah, but I just think it's kind of cool, and honestly, and I might go back and watch Close Encounters sometime soon. That'd be kind of cool with
Sure.
Disclosure Day coming up.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of compare these two movies because they're different approaches, like I said. So that is very like Spielberg, and it's all about the wonderment of
Yeah.
Sure.
aliens and how cool it is. And this one, it's like that a little bit, but it's really
Mm-mm.
about, like I said, a
So
woman.
dirty and grounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's a little bit more realistic. It's about a woman who's very socially awkward, and
Mhm.
through these aliens, they give her this vision of like, yeah, this guy you've been working with, Hawkeye, um, you're gonna marry him and have a kid, and that's what these visions have been about. You think it's her past, but it's really the
I
future.
guess I guess we're getting in the spoilers.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
This movie's 10 years old. People should have watched
Movie's
it
10
by
years
now.
old, yeah.
I think people at this point realize that we spoil movies.
Sorry, everyone. If you were waiting for us to say turn off for spoilers, turns out Amy Adams is a time traveler. She got unstuck from time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, if you if you weren't aware, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad.
Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time. Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh shit.
Oh,
The planet
Just
that
get 'em
is
all
really
out of there.
Earth.
Yep. Okay.
But no,
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a cool approach. Like, it's this whole idea with storytelling where, like, yeah, the same story keeps being retold over and over again, but what makes them unique is how you tell them.
sure, of course. Yeah, this movie borrows a lot of elements from a lot of different sci-fi stuff, and it's based on a book, based on like a short story. But like,
Yeah. Well, think about the Oscar-winning movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, how many movies have we seen where it's a child and a parent like clashing heads? Like, we just reviewed one this Mother's Day,
sure,
for Freaky
Right.
Friday, but the Daniels is such a unique take on that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a unique take on communicating with aliens. I think it's really cool, a really cool take on it.
Yeah, I like Jackson brought it up earlier. I like how it takes its time. We're never in a super
Mhm.
rush, and we're just slowly turning like building that tension. Like there's a little ticking clock going on in the background.
Like how many minutes into the movie is it that we finally get to see the aliens? Because the movie goes on for a while.
It's at least 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
we're 30
Because,
minutes into the movie before.
like, and I love how everything is so deliberate. Like she walks
Mhm.
in and she sees people gathered around a TV, but she doesn't think too much about it. She goes into her class and there's nobody there.
Mhm.
And their phones start going off and they're like, Dr. Banks, can you turn on the TV to news?
Mhm.
And you're just watching the world. Like, honestly,
We
what
don't
it
even
put me,
see it. Yeah, that's
we
the thing
don't,
too. Is
but
like we just see it on her face.
yeah, but honestly, what it made me think of was my memories of 9/11
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and just that day and the weight of everything that was going on. Obviously, it's a very different sort of
Sure.
event, but just the way that information was just sort of gradually coming and like spreading, and we were all starting to learn what was going on. And I was at university, so I went into class and we didn't have class. We just turned on the TV and watched the events unfold that morning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it felt like this movie feels
Yeah.
to just
I was-
learn about some huge event that just happened.
I was in Iceland when that happened.
Crazy.
Must have been weird.
Yeah. My mom. Of course, I don't remember. I was
'Cause
way
you were
too
what,
young.
like you were like 7 or something like that?
Yeah, 6 or 7, and so I don't
Yeah.
remember I don't really remember what happened. I didn't know what happened. I knew something happened. I didn't know specifically what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
My mom told me that she was panicking. Like, it's like, yeah, we're gonna be stuck here forever, or
Sure.
it's gonna be a situation where my stepdad is have to go away, and we're stuck in Iceland. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I liked all of that. I thought that was interesting. Another thing that's different from Close Encounters. Close Encounters get into this a little bit. That about with the paranoia, with the whole, are they here to like kill us, basically. It emphasized way more here.
Mhm.
Like that's like basically Forrest Whitaker's character, Colonel Rubber, where like he is this military general or whatever, and he thinks like he's like, we can't waste time. We gotta know like why they're here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But that's not gonna make a difference because they can say we're not here for war and then like kill us anyway. It's like, you ever see the
Right.
show V?
No, I
Sure.
never watched
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, cool. Yeah,
I've seen it. It's basically, it's the Cook Man. It's the Twilight Zone episode of the, you know what I mean? Like it's set up these benevolent aliens and then they
Yeah.
the lizard people sort of thing.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and then
Just so that's what it was.
Simpsons made um made a did a parody of that.
Oh,
The really
gotcha.
funny gag because there's like a cookbook that they find, and it says
Uh-huh.
how to cook humans, and then it's all dusty, and then they clean up all the dust, and then it actually says how to cook 100 human recipes
hmm
or something like that. But yeah. In V, it's like you think they're they're friendly or they're ambiguous, and then they end up they want to eat us basically.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Yeah, that's actually a really good series. I really like the original. Yeah, I need
Hmm.
to watch that again sometime.
I've seen it, but it's been years and years and years. I
Yeah,
remember it not holding up visually very well, but it was also like early 80s. I think
yeah,
Robert England is in it.
yeah. He's
Like
in
Freddy
it. Well,
Krueger's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when the new one was coming out. My mom rewatched the old one. Like this, they aired it
hmm
Hmm.
again, and I watched a little bit of it. And my mom pointed out, "Hey, you know that guy? That's Freddy Krueger." I'm like, "Oh
mm
no shit!" So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I like that whole aspect, the whole race against time,
Right.
Sure.
kind
And
of.
it's not like it's a man-made time. Like the time that they're putting on it. Like it's our fear is what's racing the clock. Like there is
Right.
no
Exactly.
they
Because it's
spend
like,
weeks talking to these things. Yeah.
what's China
Uh,
gonna do? What's Russia gonna
Right.
do? All of that. All the nuclear nations, basically.
yeah, and I
hmm
think, and of course, I mean, I still love just going kind of over this movie, as we'll see later in the episode when we count down our top five alien movies.
Hmm.
Um,
Sure.
but um, but yeah, I do like that aspect. A little, I think that's a form of realistic approach because we Americans may be talking to them, but Russia or China, whoever, could do something stupid and try to bomb them, and then we're fucked.
Turns out we're the
Yeah.
stupid ones that bombed them. So that
Yeah.
tells you anything.
So here, I know there's not a big like alien attack the city scene in this
hmm
movie, but I just want to I have one complaint about every alien monster on the loose movie ever,
Uh-huh.
What?
which is the military being dumbasses and thinking that they can fight the technology or
Right.
weapons. I'm
That's
like,
true.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so dumb. I hate that so much.
I mean, they kind of succeed in this one. Like they kill one of the heptapods. They kill like
Yeah.
Abbott or Costello. I can't remember which one. So
It's
Mm,
they
Abbott,
do
I
it.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I guess trial and error. You gotta find out somehow. But still, it's just so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
another sequence that I love is them arriving at the military camp, and you're
hmm
just following her like through, and they're going in here, and you see the
yeah.
ship, and
Well, it's
they
very
got to go in
Silence of the
there and get
Lambs in
their
that way.
It's
suits
that.
on, and then they got to drive all the way out there, and
Uh-huh.
it's just all this buildup, and you're just in her head the whole time. You're just like, I can't even
Yeah,
imagine
hmm
how overwhelming this would be if
yeah.
this were me.
It's
Yeah.
very Silence of the Lambs in that way.
Yeah.
Like her going to
Sure.
the
Yeah.
facility where Hannibal Lecter's at, and then that one guy, talking Hannibal Lecter up, and you slowly build to it, and then sees it,
Right.
hmm
Except it's like on an infinitely bigger
Oh yeah,
scale. Like it's
Yeah.
cosmic.
yeah,
And she's like right here in the middle of it, and she's like, I've got to go in there and try to talk to these
yeah.
things.
hmm hmm
And there's
And
nothing
they've
that
set
can
up like
prepare you for like
yeah,
what they
prepare
look
you.
like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, and
They've
like
set
the
up that like
weird gravity inside of the
hmm
ship and
Hmm.
everything. It's just, oh my goodness, it's so well done.
Yeah.
yeah.
All of that.
Well, here's my question: if aliens do as this, what they probably do, there's like a,
hmm
apparently there's a UFO sighting that just happened recently.
Well, they released some files supposedly
Oh,
of ships and whatnot to distract from other events happening around the
Everything else
world.
happening. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So if aliens
maybe
do
it's real.
this,
I don't know.
yeah. Do you think they look like what we've seen in movies, or do you think they look completely different?
They look lame. I bet they look stupid lame.
Yeah.
Like the little gray ones,
Yeah, they're
like
like
the Area 51 aliens.
yeah, they're like
Yeah, like the ones with
whatever.
signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even worse, like even worse than that.
Yeah. Swing away, Mal. Swing away. Do you guys like signs at all? 'Cause I know
I
that.
love that movie. I
I
think that
like it. I
movie's
really like
so
it.
good.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
song actually.
That's your favorite Shyamalan?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Even though
really
it's
like
just
his first three movies. His first three movies are all great. Like Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs.
Yeah,
Everything
he was.
after that, yeah.
I don't know. I really like The Village too.
technically
Village is
that
all
was
right.
not his
I
first
would put
three
The
movies.
Village
That's not
in.
his first three movies, Eric.
That's true
Yeah,
because
but that
Sixth
Rosie
Sense
O'Donnell one,
is his third
that
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Praying with Anger. I get it. No one saw
Praying
those
with Anger.
movies.
Nobody's ever seen Praying
Yeah,
with Anger.
Oh, what about one
I've
about the
never
little
seen Wide
Italian
Awake.
schoolboy?
I haven't either.
Wide Awake.
I've never
That's the
seen
one
it.
with Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
was like,
that was actually pretty good. I like that one.
okay.
Okay.
But now one thing I do want to talk about, and we mentioned this before. Ian mentioned the theory of if you immerse yourself in a foreign language, that it can
Hmm.
rewire your brains. The language you speak determines how you think and how you see everything.
Hmm.
Um, it was interesting because before I came on here, I watched an interview with Antonio Banderas because I've been on a kick of his because I just watched
Hmm.
Desperado and Master for the first time
Hmm.
recently, and I heard he was talking about like even to this day, like with as much movies that he's been or speak English speaking movies that he's been in, because he lives and spends most of his time in Spain. And when he comes back over to the States, like it's hard for him like to readjust his brain.
Sure.
Mm,
Um, because like here we say the white horse, but in Spanish it would be horse white.
right.
Yeah, how
Um,
they conjugate words is a little different.
yeah. So like yeah. So yeah. So like you get so used to, and then, of course he grew up in Spain too. Like he grew
Right.
up speaking
Sure.
Spanish. So yeah, yeah. If you grew up speaking a certain language, then trying to learn a different language would be hard for you.
Sure. That the theory that they put out in this movie is not exactly right. It's sort of
Mm,
like the kangaroo thing. It sounds good, and so like it's easy to sum up, but I think I read about it because I was like, is that real? And it only works with the first language you learn.
mm,
Like any language after that, you're still reverting back to that basic language. So Antonio Banderas would be Spanish. Like he's still translating English into Spanish, and that's not rewiring his brain. You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
yeah, and that's
Well,
why I don't understand. I hate how people complain about Spanish language options at like banks and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I get it. Eventually, if you're living here in America, eventually, yeah, you would want to learn the language. But you gotta think about you know one language your entire life, and you come over to a different country.
right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like what's wrong with that being accessible to people? Like, what is wrong with that?
Nothing.
It reminds me of something I read in a C.S. Lewis book once. I can't remember which book it was, but he was talking about like when he was in school, like he was learning to read the classic epic poems in their
Mm,
original languages, like the Iliad and in the original
Mm-hmm.
Greek and stuff like that. And he said the goal was because when you first start learning the Greek, you're reading the Greek words and you're changing them to English in your head. Like if you read the word ship
Mm.
in Greek,
Yeah.
you're going to think the word ship in English. But he said the goal always is you read the word and you just think of the thing itself. So
Mm-hmm.
when you read the Greek word for ship, you just see a ship in your
mm,
head. You don't even think about the English translation of it.
Mm.
You're just,
Interesting.
you're thinking about the actual concept of what
Mm-hmm.
you're reading. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the same idea that they're getting to in this movie. And I love
Sure.
the way that she breaks it down when she first comes in, she says, "Okay, this is the question you want. What is your purpose
Yeah.
here?"
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can't even start to ask that question until we establish like six other things. We've got to
Mm-hmm.
establish what a question is.
Yeah.
We've got to establish what pronouns are, like the concept of me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Of want. Yeah. Of
of
all these things. Yeah.
all this other stuff. And it's like, I have never even thought of things like
well,
that
that's the
before.
thing. I think
So
that's
good.
why this movie differs from some other movies like this. Even
Yeah.
like Hail Mary,
Mm-hmm.
we're like, yeah, it is so interesting that we got a linguist in this movie as the main character.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
then it becomes we need to break down every single thing. We need to figure out every single way we can communicate with these aliens. It's not
Yeah.
just we're gonna play some music for the aliens and they'll play the music back.
Right.
Which
Right.
I love that in Close
We
Encounters.
want,
Like I love Close
sure.
Encounters, but it's like, what does that accomplish at the end of
That,
the
Well,
movie?
I
played
think
a song
that's
for
that.
it.
I think that's what Spielberg was getting at with that was that music is the universal language.
I guess, but like you don't actually learn anything from the music other than maybe, oh, these aliens aren't here to kill us
Yeah,
because
They're playing music too.
they're
Yeah.
gonna jam with us. Yeah.
yeah. I get what you're saying. I still love that. I still love that movie. It's just to
I
me,
do
Sure.
too. It's a
it's not.
beautiful ending, but it's kind of nonsense at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like the inverse of this too, is like with Project Hail Mary, where they just kind of speed past all of like the learning bits because they're like, oh, now they get to talk to one another. You know what I mean? Because that's not the movie they're trying to tell, but like it's so interesting to live in this sort of like really like work on like trying to understand each other. It's such an
Yeah,
interesting
like when
idea.
they're in the chamber and she just writes Ian walk
Mm.
on the
Yeah.
board, and it's Ian walking across just to establish these words mean what he's doing. I love stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that
It's
is interesting.
great.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't think the way to portray that is better here than in Close Encounters. It's just a different way of portraying it.
Right.
Sure.
And
of
even on
course.
my
Yeah.
Close Encounters Blu-ray that I have, they sit down with different sci-fi directors, including Villeneuve, to discuss the influence of that movie. And yeah, I
Right.
could imagine that being a big influence on Villeneuve.
Right.
This is very Spielbergian in a lot of ways.
Some ways it's a little more down and dirty. It's a little more like Spielberg in like his Munich phase.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's not like his like happy 80s years where he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
candy colored.
Well,
fun.
then E.T. they just skip right over that. They just start talking and to the thing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Close Encounters. We spend 2 hours, 2+ hours, just getting to see the aliens. You know what I mean? Like we jump in here 30 minutes and we're like, oh, there's aliens. They're like real, and they look crazy.
And they look scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not scary as the pod people. The pod people in War of the Worlds, the Spielberg one are fucking terrifying. I haven't seen the original War of the Worlds.
Well, in the original, you don't really see the aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like
Wait,
when
do you
they're
see
in
them in?
their ships, like the little pod, the tripod thingies. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never really see the aliens in that movie. I think we do see them in the third act of the Spielberg one. Like
In the Spielberg one,
basement?
when they're in the basement, the aliens
Yeah.
come in and you see them, and they're actually kind of cute.
I hate that. I hate how you did that. It's like, come on, you don't need to recreate the kissing scene from Jurassic Park, Stevie. But yeah, I actually just got the original War of the Worlds from the library, so I'm gonna watch that pretty
Nice.
soon.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I've never seen the original. I've only seen the Spielberg one, and I haven't seen
Great.
and I haven't read the book, so yeah. If you want to watch a really interesting video essay, watch Lindsay Ellis's comparison from with Independence Day and Spielberg War of the Worlds. It's
I have
fascinating.
seen that. I love that essay.
Mm.
It's so insightful and it's hilarious too.
Yeah, well, the thing
I'll look it
is,
up. I haven't seen it.
Independence Day is post 9/11.
Or it's
We
pre
talked
9/11,
about this in
and
we
War of the
talked-
Worlds is post 9/11.
Yeah.
or pre 9/11 is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this in our Independence Day episode. But War of the Worlds is post 9/11. So it's different approaches to alien attacks, where in Independence Day, it's like, oh, look, it's kind of cool. It's not cool.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like,
a destruction.
Yeah, let's blow up the White House. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then in like War of the Worlds, no, like it's fucking terrifying.
It
That guy
really
pulling
is.
going through that window. Going through that
Oh,
window.
man.
Oh my god, that is
So
one.
good.
That is one of those images I cannot get out of my head. That is up
Love
there
it.
with the ant scene from Hereditary.
Even in like his sort of mid movies, Spielberg has got those touches.
Sure,
that it's just like, yeah, he's still a master, even if the material he's working with is sort of okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about the ending of this movie.
Okay, I want to hear about what Eric doesn't like.
I I love everything up to the reveal of how she gets the information. It doesn't quite make sense, and it is such an easy out for this movie to make. Like, who would have given her so like because he has the information of the wife, he has to tell it to her. It's a paradox. We've created like a time loop paradox because at no point does she ever makes a decision to ask make him ask that question. You know what I mean? Does this make sense? Basically,
I
what it
I get what you're saying. It
yeah.
doesn't bother me that much, though. I guess.
To me, it feels completely unearned at that point. Like she doesn't do
Okay.
anything. She just shows up, and he's like, "Here's my number. Look at it. You said my dead wife's words to me." And then he's like, then she just says them back, and it just like all of this. We're building like so many mysteries, and we're building like all this big puzzle, and it's just like a complete letdown for me. Like as far as like emotionally being vested in like her character and like the mystery of the movie,
Yeah. I
I'm
don't
just like
know.
ah.
I don't know what I'd do different though. That's the thing.
I think the conversation has to be longer, and I
It's
think
like,
it has to be multiple times. I don't think it can be the one. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
it almost needs to tie in back to her daughter somehow. You know what I mean? Like she needs to be unstuck through multiple times, and like it needs to be. It's just that one conversation doesn't do it justice. Does that make sense?
But I really like the stuff in the beginning with the daughter. Like
No, love all that. I love all the stuff with the daughter and like the stuff with him at the end where he's just like, I
Yeah.
love meeting you. And she's like, she makes the choice to like, like to have the kid anyway, because it is about the experience. Love all that. It's
yeah,
just
well,
that
but
reveal. It just takes a almost
Well,
perfect movie and makes it eh.
yeah, well,
it's
the thing
astounding
is,
that.
I like how it kind of goes through like an entire relationship. She's playing
Mm-hmm.
with her daughter, and then she's reading her like a bedtime story, and then like it's I love you, mom, and it hard cuts to her, the teenagers saying, I hate you, mom. And
Mm-hmm.
then she
Mm-hmm.
gets sick, and then she sadly passed away. And then it's like what you said. I didn't even think about this. She still has the kid, even though she knows she's gonna
Oh
get sick
yeah.
and die,
Right.
That's
because
the
she
whole
wants
point
those
of the movie.
memories. She wants
Yeah,
to
that's the
actually
whole
have those memories with her.
but she already has those memories. You know what I mean? Like, so
But
that's the other
physically
thing
be
too. It's
there.
like
They're
this
visiting.
movie, this movie's deterministic in that she has to make those decisions because there is no other. She can see the future. You know what I mean?
Yes, but those are
Like,
That's
she has
true.
no
visions.
choice. She has no free will. Ultimately,
But those are
she's just reading a
visions. But
script.
she wants to have that. She wants to be there in the moment, not
But
just
she already
have
has
visions.
those. I guess so, but I don't know.
Okay, you're not
It gets a
listening
little
here.
messy. It gets a little messy,
You're
is
not
all I'm
listening
saying.
to what I'm saying, Eric.
No, I completely hear you. I just don't agree.
Yeah, well, she just wants to physically be there in that moment.
But no, I know, and I think it's a very sweet sentiment. I like the
Yeah,
end of the
well,
movie,
you're
but
wrong, Eric.
I'm not
Have
wrong about
y'all?
the general beat. Like that is a terrible, just like it is just like a cop out basically for like everything leading up to this. Let's just give you the answer. Like there is no hard answer. There's no hard questions.
Hmm.
It is such a cop out to me. I don't know. Like it doesn't ruin the movie. I still enjoy it, but at the same time, it gets to that point. I'm like,
Yeah.
this movie
Have
was doing
y'all?
so good.
Have y'all looked up the screenwriter for this movie?
Mm.
Because it's
Uh,
wild. The guy who it is. So his name is Eric Heiserer,
uh-huh.
and this is the only movie of his that's like this. These are the rest of
Interesting.
his movies. He wrote Bird Box, the Sandra Bullock like
Yeah.
Netflix movie.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
wrote Final Destination 5. He
Whoa.
What?
wrote he wrote Lights Out. He
Okay.
wrote the remake for A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh,
Elm Street.
Weird.
He wrote the prequel to The Thing. He wrote the Vin Diesel vehicle Bloodshot. Like these are the kind of movies that, and then he has Arrival, which I think he got
What a
nominated for an
strange.
Oscar
He
for.
did, yeah.
But everything else is like sort of like lower grade, like horror kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
so
So it's really weird that it.
the guy that actually made Freddy Krueger into a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
Is the writer of Arrival.
Yeah, well, because that was the whole thing with that Elm Street remake compared to the
yeah.
originals is like it kind of skirted on the fact that he was one, but like the remake definitely was like, no, he is one. And they even
Oh
did
yeah,
the
and
thing
it's
where
not
like,
fun. It's
yeah,
not fun after that point. You're just like, ooh.
I'm like, yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact that he just killed like the kids and didn't do anything.
Such a weird choice for like a big movie like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know I don't want to know where that glove has been.
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Anyway, that's not
What are
what
your
I meant
thoughts?
to get us
What
into.
I know.
I just thought it was funny that that guy wrote this movie.
Hmm.
Of course,
What are y'all's
he based it on
thoughts
a
on
short
him?
story by Ted Chiang, but yeah.
Sure.
Um,
Uh, I do think it's a really good adaptation. Other than that one beat.
Hmm.
What are
I've
y'all
never
thoughts
read
on
the
the end of the
story,
movie?
so I don't know.
I haven't either.
And you read The Prestige.
I
Hmm?
did read The Prestige. I
I
did
didn't
read
even know
that.
that was a book.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a book
Uh,
either
that's really
until I saw it on the end credits.
Yeah.
So what are my thoughts about the ending?
Yeah.
I thought it was a really interesting way to do that. Well, because it had me
Uh,
fooled. I honestly
oh,
thought
sure.
it was the past that she was
Hmm.
seeing. Like it got me.
It's a neat little trick. They pull it
Yeah,
off pretty well.
except for the thing that you didn't like.
Just don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. It just needed to be like longer, or it needed to build to it. It needed to be like multiple future past sort of
Mhm.
thing. It's
Hey,
just
yeah, I
so
can see what you're
I don't
saying.
know.
It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you, but I definitely see your point.
Mm,
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It does sort of come out of nowhere.
mm.
Right. Especially not
Um,
having met this person. She just happens to meet him like 18 months later at a like dinner thing, and
well,
she
yeah,
doesn't
because
remember
he specifically seeks. He wants to
her
meet
out.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And so at that point, she's not unstuck from time. So like she doesn't know anything about this, but
Mm.
she would have had to have called it in the past where she did. You know what I'm saying? Like we completely just like
Yeah,
time
I'm gonna have
just
to watch the movie.
completely
I'm gonna have to watch.
elapses.
I'm gonna have to watch the movie again because I don't remember all this.
Yeah, she doesn't even remember like talking to him. She's just like, I called you.
anytime
I
you get
called
into sort
you.
of like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff, it's
Yeah.
it's always shaky ground. That's why the best usage of it is like in the Bill and Ted movies where they're
Mm.
like,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, we can wait. Like after our report, we can go bring my dad's keys back or
That's
whatever,
it's the exact same beat in
and
this movie.
remember
Like
to
it's the
leave the
exact same
trash
beat. Yeah.
can."
Yeah. I'm gonna remember so I can go back and tell myself how to read the Anglian language. Yeah. It's that same beat from Bill and Ted.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just not into time travel stuff a whole lot because of that reason.
But see, that's why I love time travel because
Yeah.
it does such silly things like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm super into time travel, and
Yeah.
the more absurd, the better. And in this movie, like I said, it doesn't really bother me because it rings like it's all sort of emotionally true, even if the
Sure.
physics
Yeah.
of it are sort of stupid.
Right.
Right.
The thing is,
So
that's
yeah, it's
why
sort of like Interstellar's the same way. Like that
mm,
doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
I guess it's based on like wormhole science or theoretical science at
yeah.
least, but
Eric doesn't like Interstellar.
I have the
but
same problem with the end of Interstellar
but
with the whole
Interstellar,
like
like,
ghost in the
but it's because it's to me, I'm just watching it on an emotional level and not
Sure.
really thinking about like the mechanics of it too much.
Yeah,
Of
So
that's like his
course.
most emotional movie. But
right,
that's why I like the Back to the Future movies. That's why that's the only time travel movie that I like, and it makes sense to me because it's simple. It didn't get
Sure.
into all the mechanics of it.
The best one, did you ever see Looper?
No, I still need to see that.
Looper's
They
crazy.
it's crazy. But they spend a whole section in the middle where they're just like, we can sit here and like try to talk about this all day. It's not gonna make any sense. Let's just brush past it. And I was like, okay.
Making diagrams with salt shakers or
Straws. Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Straws, yeah.
Paper
Yeah,
straws. Yeah.
we probably already talked about this in our in-game episode, but I love the
Hmm.
part when Dr. Banner is trying to explain like the whole time travel thing, and it's not like what you see in the movies. And then Ant-Man goes, "So you're telling me that Back to the Future is supposed to bullshit?"
Time
But
travel.
Time travel.
I see
actually, it
this as
doesn't
an
actually the future
absolute
is.
win.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I like Time travel. Once I actually know what's going on there, like it actually made sense to me. I really love the
Yeah,
time travel stuff. And that.
Yeah.
You ready to get the favorite part and least favorite part? Even though we kind of already talked
sure.
about it.
Sure.
Um, Eric, I'll let you go, even though you just talked about it. Least
Yeah,
favorite
least
part.
favorite part is the the general speech where he gives her everything, all the information she needs to solve the problem where
That's
the
your least
ticking
favorite
clock
part or your
is.
favorite part?
Least favorite part. Everything
Yeah.
else about the movie is wonderful. Like I love the sound design. I guess I'll talk about that a little bit. Like the sound design in this movie is like really good.
Oh
I
Mhm.
yeah.
listened to it. I watched it this time with like headphones on, so I could just hear a lot of it, and like just like all that stuff where we first start like going back and forth through time, and we don't know exactly what it is, but it's like that paper sound that
Mm.
like it's very jarring, and like I don't know. I love all the sound design in this movie.
Yeah.
It's
So
great.
that's your favorite
Mhm.
part?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. Jackson?
My favorite part, this is going to sound weird because I don't think I've ever said this as a favorite part for a movie before, but just this movie, its vibe. I just love its vibe.
Oh yeah.
Like it's such a because it looks like it's going to be kind of a bleak movie, but it's actually very
Mm-hmm.
hopeful, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that sort of tension that it sits in.
It
And
kind
it
of
just
it kind of
yeah.
reminds me of Perfect Sense a little bit.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that too, especially like some of the music that they use,
Mm.
particularly the music that they play during the end sequence, which is just this
Mm-hmm.
really, really beautiful piece. But the
Mm.
music also has like all these other like weird things, like weird vocal tracks and stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, I think they're playing like people singing backwards on the soundtrack or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's real crazy to listen to, but it just all ties together in this sort of vibe, and the movie just sort of washes over you. And I love that about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Least
Yeah.
favorite part?
Um, I mean, I guess I could say the thing that Eric said, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me that much.
That's fine.
And so I don't really have a least favorite part of this movie. I think it all hangs together really well.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna go my favorite part is the ending. Like I thought
Mm.
my initial reaction to it was like, oh my gosh, like that was kind of like The Sixth
Mm-hmm.
Sense,
Oh yeah.
like all
No,
over again. It's like, oh wow, it's like it's sort of kind of obvious in some ways.
sure. No,
Yeah.
there's like little breadcrumbs all throughout. Like it's a wonderful like third act reveal. I wouldn't say it's really a twist
Mm,
because I don't know if it's like a twist with the movie, but it feels like a third act reveal of like, oh,
mm.
it's
it's
recontextualizes the entire movie in some
it's just
ways.
like a structural twist. Like it's the
Yeah.
same kind of thing that Christopher Nolan does a lot,
Mm.
Right.
like Memento. It's a
Mm-hmm.
structural twist, but it's not really a plot twist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about? Oh, and yeah, then my least favorite part. I don't have anything either.
Mm.
This movie's really good. Except I just couldn't watch. I can't really watch it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I'd watch it all the time, but
Yeah.
I might add it to the rotation, like put it in
Sure.
like a perfect sense level of rotation. Now that I've watched it again after 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
But let's get into rating and how we rate the movies that we review on this podcast. Is we each give our individual score out of 10. We put our individual scores in an average calculator to get the official horror, sci-fi, and beyond score. And I'll start with you, Jackson. What is your rating for this movie?
that's tough because I really kind of want to give it a 10, but I don't think it's quite a 10 movie. So I'm going to give it a 9.
Mm.
A 9?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Eric? What is your rating?
Solid 8. If
Okay,
they figured out that one beat, if they figured out that one beat, I'd also give it a 9.
cool. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I think this movie is very beautiful, not only visually but thematically.
Mm.
Yeah.
I really think it's a beautiful movie. Um, so yeah, I give it an 8.5. Eric give it an 8. Jackson give it a 9. And we got a little bit of a unique official score here because it's a half score. It's an 8.5
Nice.
Nice.
according to the average calculator. Because if it's just in the middle like that, we're just gonna do it like that. The
Sure.
way, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
8.5.
Can I
Solid
always
skills for
round?
this movie.
Well, because the thing is, I always round it out to the nearest 10.
Sure.
Yeah, because I don't want to do like 8.2 or whatever the fuck.
2.5, yeah. 8.1666913.
Get really granular with it.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of a bonus here today. I don't think we've done one of these in a while. A list section in an
A
episode.
listicle.
Yeah.
A listicle.
Hi everybody. Oh, Reed, you're here?
It's like the listicle, y'all.
Yeah, I am. I'm
You're
just wanting.
occasionally
I'm here
listless,
to
list
review.
making likey.
Yeah, I'm here to count down my top five favorite alien movies. Um,
Oh God,
if
how
you don't know what
readless
we're
is
referencing,
this?
yeah, if you don't know what we're referencing, good friend of the show and fellow podcaster Reed Lackey has a character called Lackey the List Goal, because he loves making lists of things, and so he's just kind of like this nerdy character that just goes, "Hey everybody, I'm here to rate my favorite Mountain Dew flavors."
Yeah. Oh gosh, don't get him started on Mountain Dew
Oh
flavors.
God. Oh really? He's that like
He always
Baja
every
Blast,
time
Code Red.
if I know Reed and I do, every time there's a new like Mountain Dew flavor, he is compelled to try it.
oh really? So he's like Sheldon
Yeah.
Cooper in that.
He has to know. He has to know because he's such a Mountain Dew drinker.
Yeah. So he's basically he's basically Sheldon Cooper.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because Sheldon Cooper gets like real
Oh,
all
is he
about.
really into Mountain Dew? Okay, I
No,
haven't
no, he
watched that
gets.
show
I
in
don't know if he
forever.
like. I don't know if the character likes Mountain Dew, but like he gets real he's like real specific with certain things. Like there's one episode of Big Bang Theory when they're going to some sort of conference, and like he had like a strict schedule of like when they need to take bathroom breaks during the trip there.
Yeah, I
Mm.
remember it a little bit. I used to watch that show, but it's been a long time. So
So yeah, so since this is an alien movie, and we got the new Spielberg alien movie in about a month. Um, I thought
Yeah,
it'd be
about
fun
mid
to,
next month.
yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to count down our top five favorite alien movies, and I'll start with you, Eric, if you have
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah, I have my top five. I also have a bunch that aren't on there that I was just like, I really like these movies,
Yeah.
but it's hard to pick just the top five. I'm gonna ramble
yeah.
through like my just my honorable mentions real
Mm.
quick. The Man Who Fell to Earth with David Bowie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Mars Attacks, Nope, Repo Man, Aliens, The Thing, They Live, Little Shop of Horrors, Under the Skin, and the OG War of the Worlds. Now my top five. These are, I mean, easily any one of these can switch out with it. But my top five is Bad Taste, Peter Jackson's first movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Is fucking bonkers.
What a gross movie.
Yeah. The second one, or next one up, number four, is The Day the Earth Stood Still, the OG one, not the Keanu Reeves one, not that trash fire. That was a movie. And then third, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Because it is one of
That's
the
true.
best
It does have
alien reveals in
aliens.
the movie. Yeah.
Station.
Station. Yeah. Nice butt
I love
station.
Station.
I do too. Second on the list is and this is interchangeable. I go back and forth on these. But I went with Scary Aliens at the top this time. Number two is E.T. because it's a beautiful, sweet
Yeah.
coming of age movie. It makes me cry every time. And then the top one is Fire in the Sky. Have either of y'all seen that movie?
I've heard of it.
I've heard that is really cool, but I've never seen it.
It's a kind of a bad movie, but the last 30 minutes are the scariest alien encounter I've ever seen.
I've seen clips from the alien abduction in that, and yeah, it looks pretty wicked.
It's
What's the
nuts,
one where
gnarly.
Christopher Walken gets abducted by aliens?
Prophecy, I think is what it is. Maybe, or maybe it's not
No,
Prophecy. Communication,
Prophecy
or
is
that's the one where he's like the
Prophecy
devil.
is the one where he plays the angel Gabriel, but he's like coming to Earth to like judge
Oh,
it or
right.
something. I don't know.
Communion is the alien one with Christopher
Yeah,
Walken.
I've seen clips from that, and there's a part where like he's like
It's okay.
butt naked, and he's talking to
Yeah.
aliens. He's like, "Guys, this is really weird. I'm sitting here naked."
It's kind of silly, and
Yeah.
it doesn't quite. I don't even remember like what it all meant. I don't know if
Yeah.
it meant anything. But yeah, that's my top five alien movies.
Yeah, Jackson, what is your top five if you have?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna run through a few like sort of honorable mentions as
Okay.
well because I forgot to actually make a list. So I'm just looking at my sci-fi ratings on Letterboxd and trying to find the alien ones. Enemy Mine. I gotta
Oh
shout out
yeah.
Enemy Mine. I turned Drew onto that movie, and I think that movie is like a sort of a quiet masterpiece.
Oh, what are that movies rarely available on Blu-ray? Because I really want to get that.
I don't know. It's one of those movies. I feel
Yeah.
like it's kind of hard to track down, except I think you can get it on streaming. But
Yeah.
let's see what else. I really like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's not my favorite Spielberg, but I think it's a really worthy an important entry in his thing. District 9 is a really cool
Mm.
alien movie that I
Mhm.
feel like people don't really talk about much anymore.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on 10 Cloverfield Lane? I mean, it
Oh, I think
technically
it's
is
better
an
than the
alien.
original.
Well, yeah, but it's technically
Yeah.
an alien movie, but it's the aliens are not really the point of the movie.
Until like the last 5 minutes.
John
Yeah.
Goodman is the point of the movie.
Yeah.
But I guess I'd still put it in there. I don't know, like Predator, of course.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting into like the actual top 5, let me see if there's any that I forgot to mention. We can just leave it there. I mean, I don't think I can put them in any sort of order, but I can tell you like the top tier ones would be like E.T. definitely. I would put Nope in my top tier. I think that movie is just an absolute wonderful masterpiece. So that those would both be in the top 5. I'd put this movie in the top 5, honestly. I think
Okay.
this movie is a real banger. And I'd put it on the same level. And then I guess I'd round the list out with a couple of horror movies, Alien and The Thing.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay, cool. So I want to go through my honorable mentions real quick.
Sure.
Totally forgot to put 10 Cloverfield Lane in the original Cloverfield premiere. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in there.
I like the original one too, but 10 Cloverfield Lane is just whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really think about it. Killer Clowns is technically an alien movie, but they're so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really consider it count that for my
aliens.
And they are from outer space.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's in the title.
Yeah. But yeah, as for the one to have on here, we got They Live, Super 8, Aliens.
Oh, They Live. I forgot about They Live.
Yeah, Alien Romulus, Monsters vs. Alien, which is a fun animated movie. Edge of Tomorrow, District 9, Independence Day, the Spielberg version of War of the Worlds, Mars Attack, which is the fun movie. Dumb movie, but it's a lot of fun. A Quiet Place, The Faculty, Prey, Predator, E.T., Nope, and the 70s version of Invasions of the Body Snatchers, because I had not seen the original.
That's a really good one too, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original yet, so I'm not gonna... I can't put that
original's good too. The 70s one's more visceral, I think, though.
Yeah. Dude, that's like one of the most famous horror movies moments of all time when Donald Sutherland...
The ending,
he goes...
Chilling, yeah.
Yeah.
That and like that dog head, that unhoused person in the movie who is next to this dog, and then like it comes back and it's got his head on the dog body. Terrifying.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys ready for my top 5?
Yeah, go for it.
Number 5, The Thing.
Sure.
Just man, like the original one, yeah, it was good for his time. But like this movie, John Carpenter really captures like the feeling of isolation and is some of the best like practical effects for me.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. Like wow. Number 4, Close Encounters, because I think it's a beautiful movie. I like, like just how like Spielberg was able to capture like the majesty and the wonderment
of
aliens.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And it's an epic movie. I think that's why I like it more than E.T. personally. Because it's more epic and also it's a little more mature than E.T. in some ways. Number 3, Men in Black. Just a fun movie from my childhood. I think it's so clever that New York is like the mecca of like immigration.
Right.
And so they kind of play on that, where it's like it's not just like aliens as far as like from other countries, it's like actual space aliens.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of fun.
Plus, that movie has the greatest screen performance of all time.
Oh, by Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah. And also, the woman who plays his wife is so good.
Oh yeah.
The way that she
Edgar,
says,
your skin is hanging off your bones.
Sugar water.
Baby, some sugar water. More. No, I love the part when Will Smith is telling her that you're gonna go down to the city, get a makeover, get a makeover, and then me and call Bloomingdale's to do some TLC in this house, cause damn. Um,
Oh my gosh.
Number two, my favorite alien invasion movie of all time is Signs.
Mm.
Because we've
Yeah, I
seen
didn't even
so
put
many.
signs. I didn't even
Yeah,
put signs on this
we
list.
we
I
even
forgot
talked
about
about
it.
it earlier, and I forgot to even
Beforehand,
put it
yeah.
in my
Yeah,
yeah.
well, the thing is, we see so many of these alien invasion movies, and even like the movies where like they befriend aliens, where it's so epic,
Yeah.
and it shows you like
Yeah.
the worldwide,
Yeah.
scope of it. I like how this movie is very intimate,
Yeah.
and it's very emotional
Mm-hmm.
too, and I think that's
Hmm.
what I
Mm-hmm.
love about it.
And it's funny. It's
Yeah,
maybe his
Yeah.
funniest movie.
Yeah.
I got
Like
100%.
one
when
of your
he
guys.
goes in there and they're all wearing like tinfoil
Oh yeah, I got one
so
of your
funny.
friends in a paddy wagon. Paddy
The
wagon.
patty wagon.
Anyway. So
Yeah, I
good.
just loved how like hearing M Night talk about that scene, and he basically directed Mel Gibson to be like, okay, every 70 cheesy cop movie and show that you've
Right.
seen, like
Mm-hmm.
basically do that. Another fun fact about that scene, because they were working with kids, they only had a certain amount of time to film with the kids.
Right.
Sure.
So once their time was up with the kid actors, they actually would keep going back to the closet scene or the pantry scene,
Mm,
and film a little
Mm.
bit of that every night.
that makes
After
sense.
yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool because that's one of the few scenes without the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, and number one is obvious. It's one of the greatest to me, the great along with like The Thing and probably some other sci-fi horror movies. The greatest sci-fi horror movie of all time. And it's fucking Ridley Scott's Alien.
Mm.
And how can it not? This movie fucking rules. This movie, yes, I love Signs. It's a fun movie. I've seen Signs way more times than Alien.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Ridley Scott took Daniel O'Bannon's script and he took his concept and really captured what it would be like to be up in space,
Right.
where a
Mm-hmm.
fucking alien is up there. And on top of that, again, this probably isn't Ridley Scott's idea. It's probably Dana O'Bannon's. But the fact that the alien has a parasitical being that, or there's like a parasite thing that attaches to your face and shoots an egg in your throat and it bursts out your chest,
Mm-hmm.
and then you came in and like shoot the alien or like chop it up because like it has acid blood, so you're fucked there. And then the fact that
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing with the face hugger and the xenomorphs is very like sexual in nature. Like
Yeah.
it's basically
Oh
like
yeah.
John Hurt gets raped basically.
Ugh.
Like
Yeah. All
and I'm
that.
not saying that in like a lighthearted way. I'm saying that
Yeah, no, I mean it's essentially
It's
what
true.
happens. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah, and the tale is very phallic, and then there's like a whole theme of motherhood in all these movies somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, God, I can spend a whole episode talking about how great Alien is. I just love
It
this movie.
rules. Yeah.
First
Yeah,
Alien's great. Yeah.
yeah, it's my
Second
second
Alien's
favorite.
pretty good too.
Yeah, it's my second favorite Alien. No, it's my second favorite horror movie of all time.
Mm.
Mm.
That's Psycho. I just
You
love this
put
movie so
Psycho
much.
above Alien?
Yeah, it goes to my whole thing where like what I think is the best of something is
Mm-hmm.
is different. It's my criteria of what the best of something is different than what I my favorite thing is. And Psycho was the movie that kickstarted my love of horror. Like it made me want to watch everything else.
Mm.
After that,
Okay.
I've seen horror movies before, but Psycho was like the first one. I'm like, okay, I'm a horror fan
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm.
Um, and I totally forgot that Aliens is 40 years old this year. So I guess me and my mom need to review that at some
Mm-hmm.
point this year.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I guess it is.
Aliens.
Wow.
Yeah, because he loves aliens. Like, she definitely instilled the love of aliens in me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of it's up there in my favorite horror franchise. Like I would say, Evil Dead, Scream, Elm Street, and then Alien.
I like Alien Resurrection.
I like
I
Alien.
love Alien Resurrection too, and
It's so goofy.
weird and silly.
Dude, I do it. Well, of course, I love Brad Dourif in that movie.
Right.
That's just nice.
His weird
Brad Dourif.
attraction to the alien.
Well, I don't know how
Ron
this man
Perlman, all
does
those
it.
weirdos.
I don't know how this man does it. This man can move his eyeballs without moving his head. I don't know how he does it. Because there's that shot when he's talking to the scientist or whatever, and he's pointing his eyes to them as they talk, and they go back and forth with the conversation, and he didn't even turn his head to look at them. He just moved his eyes.
You can't move your eyes without moving your head?
I can't.
Really?
I don't know how Brad Dourif does it.
It's weird that you think it's weird that somebody can do it, because I do it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it is one of those things that just really makes him a great character actor, in my opinion.
No.
And what makes him my favorite character, one of my favorite character actors. It's just when he does that, like, it really informs you that like he's a real sleazeball.
Okay.
I don't know. I just love that little take that he does.
Yeah. No, I watched Child's Play again recently, and he's great as like the voice of Chucky. Like it's so vulgar and terrible.
Oh my god, the part when
like these
the
kids
mom finally finds out that Chucky's alive.
Yeah.
It like says a bunch of like slurs. He's like, "You stupid bitch, you filthy whore! I'll teach you not to fuck with me."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
He's such an intensity with his performance for just like such a tiny doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Bad Garrett. That's one of those ones where like when that person dies, I don't know how you're gonna recast it. It's like Ghostface. I don't know how you're gonna recast Ghostface. I don't know how you're gonna recast Freddy Krueger. Michael Myers.
They kind of did it with Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I guess so. But like,
they tried to.
Technically not Chucky in that movie, but basically Chucky.
Yeah, I haven't seen the remake yet.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not very good. It's okay.
It's
not
got
terrible
stuff to like about it.
Okay. Cool. So here's the thing about the next episode. I know next week Mandalorian and Grogu's coming out, but the weekend that comes out, I'm gonna be in Texas for Texas Frightmare. So I'm not gonna be able to like go see that movie and do a review for it. So I don't know if you guys want to go
skip a week.
Okay, okay. So we're just gonna skip a week next week.
Yeah, we don't have to do one every week.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
We'll come back and we'll do it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys, like, did you want to like do something just you two? Because you can. I don't.
We
care.
could try. We could try to do an extreme horror one, Jackson.
Yeah,
if you're interested. Yeah.
Yeah. But just like you know, if we ever do Aliens this year, it has to be my mom.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess we need to figure out how we're gonna do the Studio Ghibli episodes, because that's next month.
Yeah, we can figure that out off the pod. We don't need to bore the listeners with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
I thought we were gonna do 2 at a time and just do it over 3 weeks.
Yeah. Or no, 3 months. We'll do one a month.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
3 months? Oh, we're just gonna do 1 a month? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just do 2 at a time.
No, we'll do 2 each month. We'll do 2 in one episode each month.
Yeah, so we're doing like
that's what I'm saying.
Six movies total, yeah.
Yeah.
Over 3 months.
But yeah, record 3 times, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
People are loving this, how the sausage
gets made. So interesting. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, if you like this episode and you want to see more spooky and weird content, make sure you slash that subscribe button and follow us at Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond on Facebook. And also, don't forget to leave this episode a killer comment and give it a King Kong size thumbs up. And never forget, guys, to stay weird.